Hi, I'm Dan Hendry. Together we can make Kingston Canada's most sustainable city. Today we're here at the Agnes Etherington Art Centre with the Senior Association of Kingston and Region, discovering our own backyard.
Well, I first started out as the community program developer, and that was to do an outreach to the community at large to expand our programs beyond this building into other neighborhoods. Well, the Heritage Trail is sort of my baby because I come from the museum and art gallery field, and I know all the people in the community, in the museum community, because I was part of it for many years. And a lot of people who live in Kingston have never visited half of the museums or art galleries that we have to offer here. And we have more museums and art centers and galleries per capita in Canada. So it was important for me to get people like our members to be able to visit some of these places.
So we'll see you down there, I guess.
See you down there.
I joined the Seniors Center a couple of years ago. One of my volunteering things at the Senior Center has been doing this heritage trail. We have been to a geology museum at Queen's, which I never knew was there. We have been to the health museum. When you go into these museums and just look around, sometimes it's good, but this really gets you into what, how it happened, how it came about.
So for this Heritage Trail, we have 6 different excursions to 5 museums and 1 to the Agnes Etherington Art Centre, which we'll be going to today. So it's sort of awakening the local flavor, and it really pushes how to encourage people to look at their own culture rather than saying, oh, I'm going to go to Niagara Falls and see this. Let's stay home and visit all the wonderful places that we have to offer.
This one here is to do with the War of 1812. We will be, we'll have a lecture for a bit, and then we'll be going around and seeing different things in the museum. It's interesting to find all these things about Kingston that you never knew before.
In the Heritage Trail, each venue that we go to, we've set it up so that one of the curators or the education person does a brief outline or lecture on a specific subject that goes with the place, like Bellevue House talked about Sir John A. Macdonald, and then they take them on a tour, and then they have tea. So it's a whole afternoon sort of experience for the people. And when I was at the Agnes Etherington, while I worked there, I had designed the program that we're going to go to today. So I took that and I expanded it while I was here to be able to go to 6 other places in the same way. I come from a sort of a cultural background, and when I was first introduced to the Sustainable Kingston, I noticed that there are 4 different pillars, and in the cultural pillar and in the community kind of diversity pillar and integrating the community with what an organization does, I was drawn in because I was a community program developer, and my job, and I was charged with developing programs in different neighborhoods. So I saw this as a link and a forum for us to be able to be an active partner and to also publicize to the rest of the community what we're doing and to enlist help from different partners.
I think the community partnership with Sustainable Kingston helps us to be part of and people to be aware of us as part of that whole continuum for our community. We have to work together. We can't work in our isolated areas and be successful. Define a senior. A senior isn't just this one little box. It has a huge spectrum, and that crosses so many of the other pillars of Sustainable Kingston. We are Sustainable Kingston. We're part of it, and we want the city to succeed in any way possible. We're there.
By being part of the Sustainable Kingston, we've actually increased our partnerships, and they've become more active members with us to try to sort of sustain some of our programs and to create new ones. One of them is the Kingsdale Chateau is providing the bus for the Heritage Trail. So that's a really strong partnership now, and I don't think it would have come about maybe without being part of the Sustainable Kingston.
What we have learned through our lecturers on this Heritage Trail, I mean, you can take your grandchildren there. I know a lot of people are going to take their grandchildren there to the different places in the summertime. Now you know a little bit more about it and can explain to the grandchildren. Yes, it's everybody is on this. The group that we have, they're always amazed at how much they've learned and how much they're asking how we're going to do it in the fall, you know. And it's only in the afternoon. So you have your lunch at home, you get on the bus at 1:30, you go to the museum, and then you go home. You're back at the senior center by 4:30 and you're home.
For more information on the Seniors Association, check out their website. I'm Dan Hendry for Sustainable Kingston Community Partner Profile.